because there were three major things that you said today that I will never forget, that are going to change the way that I go about my day-to-day life. The first one is using that image of technology and the engineering and software development and app development as being invasive to your brain. And the fact that the addiction to technology that we are all struggling with right now is so different than any other addiction because it is activating so many different aspects of your brain, and it is intertwined with so much of your life, and that the 99% of us have to figure out how to have a different relationship with technology.
Absolutely.
And so thinking about it that way elevated how imperative this is. Because the fact is, apps are not going anywhere. The software development and the sophistication of the way that apps and technology is designed to suck your attention from you is only going to increase, which means having a reality check with yourself now and realizing that this isn't about you resisting them. It's about you controlling the access that apps and that technology platforms have to you. And when you realize that you actually are in control when you see it that way, but you have to take this seriously in terms of the impact on the brain. And you also kind of highlighted boredom in a way that I think is super important, because this little addiction and invasion in our minds takes over in a 5-second window of boredom.
Absolutely.
You're standing in the elevator, you look at your phone. You feel the flood of activity in your brain, you look at your phone. And that's where you're going to battle this.
And there's so many downstream effects, right? Because right now the problem is 5 seconds of boredom costs you an hour.
Imagine if you could invert that. You could get an hour back.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where everyone's like, oh, I don't have time for anything. Yeah, like, oh, that's because we spend an average of 4 to 6 hours a day on our cell phone, right?
Wow.
We're literally losing the best hours of our day. You have to work, you have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to shower, hopefully, poop, whatever. And then it's all the other time that makes us who we are, that allows us to connect with ourselves. We're forgetting ourselves. We're losing ourselves to this thing, because when I get disconnected from myself, there's no internal driver, so I become a blank slate for external things to fill in my values. I should be doing this. I should be doing this. I hear the word should so much nowadays. What about what you want? Should comes from the outside. It's about what society wants from you. And then we struggle to do the things that we should do. Why? Because you don't want to do them. Operate from in here. Then you'll have a ton of motivation.
Yeah. And you can't operate from in here when you've handed everything over to what's in your hand.
Literally, the content of your mind is based on what is outside of you. It is not about what is within you.